Oh, there we are. We are live. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Ask Dr. Zaino show. I'm Dr. Tabor Smith, and as always, we are here ready to rock and roll, ready to answer your questions. You'll notice if you're watching from our live page on chirothoughtleaders.com/ask-dr-Zaino, that's the page to be right now because we're live. And right below the video, there are some social media links. So before you do anything, I want you to click like it, Google plus it, tweet it, share it, pin it, all of those. We've got over 5,000 Facebook likes. So everybody must be on Facebook, but we've got like 14 Google plus. So everybody click Google plus. I know you've got one of those Google profiles, or you probably wouldn't be able to watch Google Hangouts. So click that. And then right below that, this is important. It's the chat roll. As always, we've got a live chat going. I want you guys to participate. I want you to ask any questions. Sometimes you have a rough day. Sometimes you hit roadblocks. We all do. But share that with us, because if you have a question, if you're having issues or problems, I can guarantee you somebody else who's listening right now is as well. And just post that into the live chat. And so I want to go ahead and introduce the men of the hour, Tower of Power, Dr. Chris Zaino. How's it going, my friend?
Good. Thanks, Dr. Tabor. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming on out. So we're going to field your questions today. So we're going to field your questions, and then we're going to talk about some extra opportunities that for some of you, it might be a godsend and an amazing opportunity for us. So we'll start with the questions. We haven't been getting that many questions. And so let me explain how this forum works. The Ask Dr. Zaino show isn't a half hour of me just talking to you. It's a half hour of Dr. Tabor and I answering your questions. And so what we're going to do is, if you're not answering questions, we'll answer questions to the point, and I guess the show will go shorter then. So we don't have the questions. The questions are like your new patients, right? Without new patients, your practice doesn't survive. Well, without questions, the show doesn't survive, or we'll start to cut back a little bit. This is a free show for you. It gives you valuable information that people spend $10,000 a day to spend with Dr. Tabor and I when they come to the Zaino experience. And just take it for granted, because if not, it will end, the show will start to, Dr. Tabor will invest our time in something else that we have people that are being engaged to. So get your colleagues, and ask questions. So let's start with the questions you got, Tab.
Awesome. We'll start with the first one here. It actually says, does Dr. Zaino charge for each exam he does as a result of coming to the dinner? I heard he used to charge $40 for a new patient, and now it's like $150. What I don't understand is when he says one fee covers everyone, does that mean if he charges $150, is that for multiple people in the family or just one person?
Yeah, you could do that any way you want. I'm going to leave that up to you. So I've done it $150 for everybody. I've done it $40 for everybody. I've done it $40 per person. I've done it $150 per person. Now I personally do it $150 per person because I just want to pre-qualify people financially. But you can do $150 for family.
Right.
And it's a contrast. You can say, listen, normally it's $400, but if you make your appointment $400 per person, but if you make your appointment tonight and pay for it tonight, it's only gonna be $150, and that's gonna cover you and your entire family. So it's like, but once we leave, that deal's off the table. So good question. Right. Whatever you want. I start on your certainty. If you don't do something you feel nervous about just to do it. If you feel comfortable with 40 per person, great. I think 40 per person is good. Another reason why I did $150 per person and not the family is because we would have a family of 5 come in for the $150. They would all get exams. But then a family of 5, their care plan, no matter where you are, is going to be what? Between $6,000 and $15,000, $20,000, right? And so what would happen is they would see this price of $15,000 or $16,000. They would then they start backing off into, well, we'll just get her taken care of or him taken care of, and then they just get so overwhelmed they wind up doing absolutely nothing at all. So I'm like, okay, so why don't we do this? Why don't we do $150 per person? So let's say it's a family, a husband, wife, and 4 kids, and the husband's like, honey, you really need this. So the wife is the only one that takes the exam. Husband has to come with the doctor's report. So she would see her one care plan, which wherever that is for you would be very cheap, right? Then the husband gets that x-rays that night. He's an add-on later on. And then they're going to get the kids checked out. So instead of getting a lump number of like 5 figures, they're getting, 2,000, 2,500, so it's broken out. so I really feel psychologically it's a little bit easier to eat it that way. You follow what I'm saying, or digest it, because people just think 15,000 and they freeze and doing anything. But it's not bad when it's 2,500, 2,500, 3,000, and so you keep in small chunks. So I found that worked a little bit more effective. And then at least someone got care, like if even though we're talking large families.
Yeah. Awesome. Good answer. I completely agree. The next question is from Dr. Tossi, man. He's always on here. He's always on here live. Good guy. Where do you advertise for an associate chiropractor? I know he's looking for one. I know when I was looking, I hit up some of what I thought were the better colleges like Sherman and Life and, Logan maybe, and put in those classifieds. What do you think about that, Zaino?
Yeah, I think it's the classifieds.
Yeah.
It's I mean, in the schools, don't put it on Monster. I think
Right.
that's a really good thing to do. And second thing, I would actually email your personal friends and colleagues. So
Yeah.
if I was looking for instance, if I was looking for an assistant, I would email Dr. Tabor, Garrett, Jim Temple, all my thought leaders, and say, hey, do you know someone that already has a job that would really make a great personal assistant? And so Tabor might know someone at his church or his niece's friend who's an A player who's a little discontent in her job, and then you would do that. So I would go to your I don't want to say thought leaders, go to your circle of influence. There you go, like
Yeah.
your peers, then schools, and that's pretty much what you're looking at.
You know what I did? You know what? Now that you mentioned that, what actually was successful for us, because I did put in several classified ads, but I actually ended up finding somebody. I started thinking my Facebook page. I have like thousands of chiropractor friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like over 2,000 friends that are chiropractors, and I just posted to my Facebook page and said, if anybody knows anyone who's looking for an associateship, we're hiring right now. And that was actually the method in which we found the associate that we got. So.
Well, yeah, man, and then there you go, social media, and
Awesome.
we'll do that too later on. So,
Right
yeah,
on.
in fact, Dr. Tabor and I are both. We both had really good doctors are leaving. They're not leaving on bad terms. One's for me, Dr. Ryan's moving to Oregon, and he's going to set up his own practice and continue the dream in beautiful
Yep.
Oregon. So that opens up a space in Abundant Life Chiropractic in my office. And so if you're interested and you think you have what it takes, and that's serious, if you want to make an impact and a great living, then just email me at drczaino at AOL.com or contact me, and with a video. You need to take a video on why you feel you'll be good for the job. I wouldn't even look at the email if there's no video, or send a YouTube link. You could do it if you can't figure it out. See, that's the whole thing. You got to be resourceful. If you're going to come in my office and you can't figure out something, then we've had so many people that 90% of the people fail that try to apply for my office. They can't get a script down. They can't become resourceful, and that's just not the type of level we could even accept to do what we do. So the doctors I have in my office now are incredible. They're insane. So I'm looking for two. One to be like a junior, a junior assistant to the senior doctor, and interns. If you're in school right now and you're about to, I'm not part of a peak or anything like that. It just have to be on your own merit. We don't pay for you to travel. We don't pay for you to relocate. That's all on your terms, because you're putting your skin in the game. You're gonna earn. You'll be able to earn that easily. So if you're an intern or student coming out of school, then boom, we'll do it. And then we always have exit strategies for associates. Dr. Tabor and I, here's the exit strategies. Either one, you stay on board forever and you become like a senior doc. Two, you're with us and then we open up an office for you. Okay. Three, you stay with us and you go open up your own office. So there's an exit strategy. All right. So I want to make sure that you're just not going to go there and just kind of phase out. So again, if interested, Tabor will put the link, my email or Tabor's email. We'll both do it. We're both looking for, we both have a spot open, and it'll probably take, I would definitely say it'll take about 30 doctor interviews that made it to the top for us to get one really good doc out of it. So, probably out of the 20 of you, or the final 20, that we'll get it down to 1 pretty quick after that. So,
Right on.
so do that. That's all we can say on that.
Awesome. I'll put the email below in the live chat for everyone. Let's get to the next question here in the live chat. So I've heard Dr. Zaino joined Wellness Way recently. Just curious, how's that going? How do you blend corrective care, chiropractic that you are currently doing with the Wellness Way? I was at the Chiro Thought Leader Seminar and went to the seminar at Wellness Way in Green Bay a few months ago. Thanks, guys. Always look forward to this show.
Great. Okay, so I do the Wellness Way. It's in my office. I see it as a separate entity or business. So this is the flow. You're going to have now 2 types of patients coming into the office, right? You have patients that are coming in just for the Wellness Way, and you have patients that are going to go to the Wellness Way from chiropractic. So the way I do it is Wellness Way is in my office as a separate entity, a separate practice. And so when you're a chiropractic patient, when you're a chiropractic patient, the Wellness Way is part of the plan. You follow what I'm saying? It's like you did your day 1, you went to the doctor's report, you became a chiropractic patient. We did your lab testing. You're meeting with Megan at the Wellness Way. She's going to go over other protocols. So it just becomes this huge, holistic, not guessing, but testing. So we got the x-rays, we got the blood work, so we could see all the blind spots. You can't down blood work if you take an x-ray. It's the same freaking thing, right? You're just taking a picture, you're looking at blind spots, you're looking at things you can't see. And then so we're maximizing the nervous system, Megan, the Wellness Way, the nervous system is a central component anyway. We all know it's very principled. And then they work on other areas, nutrition. So they take care of all the nutritional and the recommendations and all that other stuff that I didn't want to. So I could just focus and do chiropractic. And it's been great. Now, the Wellness Way, though, we found in our office, the wellness, other Wellness Ways does it different. But if someone came in just for the Wellness Way and they're like, listen, I want to just get some thyroid help. And then we're like, okay. And then they would come in and they would have to take an x-ray or get a chiropractic exam. And they're like, well, what the hell am I doing this for? This doesn't make sense. So it was very hard. It was a little bit tougher to flip them from portal of entry at the Wellness Way. But when you're a chiropractic patient, it's, you know what I mean? It just, this is how it is. This is the care. And you pay and do whatever you got to do. So what we made kind of mandatory, if you come into the office from a Wellness Way event, because the nervous system is the most important system, and they're taught that and they're told that. But if I tell you about the nervous system and you're used to nutrition, what are you going to say? Well, I'll just try the nutritional thing because you're familiar with it, right? So she says, listen, the nervous system is the most important system, and this is the key component, and this is the only reason why. This is the one key component you missed out on, and that's why every other thing you have tried up to this point has failed, because you never understood the nervous system. So our first module, our first meeting together, we invite them right to the dinner. So their first meeting is the dinner. So my dinner becomes like a mini doctor's report. So now they're at the dinner. See, I funnel everything at the dinner. So now they're at the dinner because in order to become a Wellness Way patient, you have to go to the dinner. I mean, who wouldn't? You're going to get a nice dinner at a Brazilian steakhouse. So you go there, they're going to get the greatest presentation ever on what health really is, because they have to understand, right? People coming in thinking nutrition and health is how they look, how they feel. So at least she's like, you go to this is our first module. You're going to really understand what health is and what it's not. You're going to understand the most important system and the reason why everything you've tried up to this point has failed. And that's the dinner, right? So they go to the dinner. So now when they're at the dinner, they're a guest at the dinner like any other your guests. So we don't have to change systems. We don't have to say, is this a patient 1 or a patient 2? So they go to the dinner, they're a guest, I do the dinner, or they watch the video of me of the dinner, and then they choose to get the chiropractic exam. So then they chose, hey, listen, yeah, I want to get my spine checked out. And now the dinner became a portal of entry into my chiropractic office where we just take care of that person just like we do with everybody else. So the Wellness Way, if they meet with them first, they're going to go, it's mandatory they go to a dinner. When you're a chiropractic patient, you come in for me first, we get you on board, and automatically, the night of your DR, we're setting you up for your lab, boom, 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 boom. It's part of the process. It's part of your, you want us to get you well, we're going to get you well. So you understand, like in my office, it's part of it. Wellness Way, they do have a choice, but they go to the dinner, and if they make the choice, they go into chiropractic. So do you understand, they'll be doing Wellness Way and they'll be doing chiropractic. And I kind of keep them separated in a way when it comes to that. So hopefully that made sense.
Yeah, no, that was good.
We thought it out quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, how's this going? It's going amazing. It's going awesome.
Good.
It's going great.
Very cool. Yeah, I think that's awesome.
If you're
Are you helping?
interested, email me and I'll set up a call with you and Patrick, at least to be an affiliate. Because Dr. Patrick, he'll either, he could either, some offices are like, they have Dr. Patrick buy them. So he turns them around, some failing offices. Some offices, they buy equity in or open up an office or affiliate. So we did an affiliate. An affiliate, I mean, it was literally dirt cheap for the amount of training and hospitality they give you. I mean, it's a great addition. I think it's great, but it's not. It was something that I couldn't do in addition. Like I don't want to work more. I work more. I work plenty, but you delegate. You hire the right people. Now, Miss Megan, she is not a DC. She doesn't have to be a DC to do this. But some DCs, it's nice to be a DC to be able to do it. Or if you want to have lab work in your office, you have a nurse practitioner do it. Hire one of those, and you could hire one for a good price. But they'll go over all that with you. So if interested, again, email us and we'll connect you.
Right on. Yep. And that email works. The one that I put down there in the live chat, Dr. C. Zaino at AOL.com, that should work for the Wellness Way emails too, right, Dr. Z?
Yeah. It's just
Awesome.
my email.
Very cool. Next question is, how do you personally handle the question, do you take my insurance? And I'm sure this guy's a cash practice.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you guys handle that?
The girls say yes. They actually say, well, we verify your insurance and see what's covered, and then we'll go over that in your next visit.
Right.
Yeah, we verify all insurances, which we do.
Yeah. Awesome.
Because that's how we do it.
Yeah, we do too. We said, bring your card with you. We'll verify it when you get here, and we'll go over that on your visit. No surprises in charge. We usually say the first visit is this much, and there'll be no surprises after that. So very cool. What do you do with emails you capture from advertising your doctor dinners? Do you save them and advertise for future events, etc.? I'm not sure if he means maybe.
I think we get email like when we collect emails from a dinner.
Right.
Do we remarket to them?
Right.
Yeah. I would think so. Well, it's different. Well, we kind of do a specific list. And those people become part of my office list. Right. So I move those people to my office list so they get our weekly newsletters and weekly videos and stuff like that, and just to get them in the office.
Yep. Well, I think that's what you have to do. I think that's brilliant. Is you're gathering those leads up, but even if they didn't, let's say maybe they sat there and they maybe had something going on that week, so they didn't schedule, an exam in your office. You put them in and you migrate them to your office list, and they start getting emails about all your other events. Then you captured that person later instead of getting them that day. That's what a lead is good for. So I would certainly use those lists again and again, and even use them with all the other marketing you do in your office as well. Cool. Let's see. Do you or have you considered offering your employees benefits? We seem to have issues retaining employees who leave because they are offered health insurance, dental, etc. Something that we just can't compete with at this point. Just wondering what your thoughts are.
Yeah, we're in the same boat.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do the Obama thing. And what we were doing was allowing our full-time staff $5,000 out of our pocket for any medical, like almost like a own personal HSA. Like, so if Tabor went to the dentist or this and that, like we would pay for that. Or if Dr. Ryan's, whoever, if he had to, get eyeglasses or something like that. Right. And then the accountant's like, you really can't do that now. You can't. You gotta either get him some shitty insurance, that covers nothing, or have them do their own insurance, or it says, or give them a raise and say, listen, we're giving you an extra this much per year. You need to allocate that for your benefits because you're not going to have any benefits. We're not going to pay for the group insurance. Or so we did group insurance, at least with when we gave them an allowance, they could use it for acupuncture, for massage, for glasses, you know. So, but when you have a group insurance, they don't utilize any of that. They don't go to the doctor. They don't do drugs, right? So it's like useless for them. It's a useless waste of money. So we are in the middle of working something creative out with Garrett and figuring something out. We'll beat the loophole because we know enough genius people and accountants that find it.
That's what's so valuable about having thought leaders like Garrett, because this stuff is changing. I mean, every day it's something different. Maybe whatever it is, this year is going to be different next year, and you just kind of, like you said, just have to keep being innovative and creating. So good questions. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Since I've been doing the dinners, I have hundreds of names for additional dinners. Don't think we could actually call everyone on the list.
Why?
Who has?
Just let's stop there. Why? Why not?
Yeah. Right.
Next question. That's it. That was a Jim Rome quote right there. he was asking why, and I was like asking why not.
Right.
Why not you? Why not now? So let's see that. You have to ask those questions. Call them. Hire somebody else. Just hire someone for $10 an hour and call them.
Yep.
Or don't or hire yourself, or quit being a chiropractor. Hire yourself out as a call person and call them yourself.
Right.
I mean, like, call them. That's easy.
Yep.
Because I'm sure this person's still bitching and complaining why they don't have this and that. You have to call them. Of course, it's awesome. It's great. You just hire somebody.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, if someone were to tell you, I don't want you calling me anymore, you could just put a check by their name and don't call them.
Hey Tabor, your pillow only holds $10,000, but I got $20,000. So what do you want me to do? I don't know. I can hold only 10,000 fits in my briefcase. So I guess no, you'd freaking find a way. Would you go to the store and buy another briefcase for $100 to put an extra 10 grand in it? See, this is what I'm talking. This is the scarcity bullshit mentality that chiropractors have. It's like you wait till you're bursting at the seams to maybe hire somebody versus having a deep bench,
right?
Providing into the economy, having a good staff. The reason why your staff are leaving is because you're having them do the work of 3 people when you should have had 2 people or 3 people doing the work because you're so friggin' cheap. And then that's what causes your practice to suffer. Your staff's always quitting. You got to train new people. And then when you have an easy thing like this, we have all these leads to get to a dinner, you're asking, well, I don't think I could do it. Yeah. And then you're just going to miss the boat. So it's like, until you change that scarcity mindset, your life and practice will never grow. And I can answer every question in the world. But the thing is, it's just, you're going no place with that. So just hire another staff. I mean, it's just an easy thing. But no, $1 out of my hand is no one's robbing you. You're investing. Like there's no. If you took $1,000 a month to pay somebody, and 2 people signed up from two dinners, you tripled. You did 300%. Let's say that for us that would be a freaking sick. It's like 1,000% improvement, a return on investment. Yep. And here you're bullshitting about your 2-3% interest that you're getting some CD or fund, and that's where you want to keep your money. I mean, Dave Ramsey and all the other bullshit out there. You got to start investing in yourself. If you haven't gotten Garrett's book, Killing Sacred Cows, you get it. Because I'm telling you, out of all these shows, I'm ranting. Out of all these shows and all the questions we get, I see all of you, or most of you, money is your God. Yes, it is. You work for friggin' money. That's what you do. And it sucks. Versus money being a tool. Because what happens is when you get $10 million or $100 million, money is not the end goal. And you're going to be sick, suffering, depressed, with full of regret, and leave no legacy whatsoever. Serving people is what you do. And people, you'll get a fair exchange of money. That's what it is. And you take all that money and you make that money work for you. You're the master of the money. Yep. And you put that money back into your practice, back into your sole purpose, back into your family, back into your health, and invest in that. And the more money you make, the more you get of that life. Meaning that if I'm an alcoholic and you give me $1 million, I'm just going to be more of an alcoholic. You follow what I'm saying? If I'm a gambler and you give me more money, what am I going to do? I'm just going to gamble more. You see, so the issue is you. It's not the money. But when you're a servant and you're given money, you're going to be a servant to a higher degree. When you're in a chiropractor, a principal chiropractor with money, now it amplifies what you are. Now, if you're on principal, you're going to buy TV ads. You're going to get ready. You're going to do a radio show. You're going to do 3 or 4 dinners a month. You're going to hire 5 staff that are going to come in. You're going to hire a marketing person. You're going to put it back to your office because money amplifies who you are. Yep. So most of you can't, and it's a good thing you're not getting more, because amplifying yourself right now is not going to be a good thing. You have to change you. And too many of you are. That's why anybody on this line that takes insurance, because money's your God. Money's your God. That's why, because you don't want to drop insurance because you're afraid you're going to lose money. Yeah, because you work for money. Good job being a prisoner of that. If you want real freedom in your life, you become a servant. Money is just a tool that you reinvest back into you, your life, your sole purpose, and amplify your purpose and amplify what you do. Yep. And until you get there, and I don't know the day you'll get there, but until you get there, you will always have the same stupid questions, because they're stupid. You will have the same stupid questions that are not getting to the root cause of your problem.
Right.
But you're too damn cheap to invest into yourself, or go get a Garrett Gunderson, or read his book that I think is even free, right? Killing Sacred Cows now, who knows? And it just $10. It frustrates me, because that's the one area Tabor and I can't coach you on. I can't coach your root poverty mentality. I can't coach you on that. But I could coach a person who's able to embrace abundance, because that person is looking at the big picture. And I mean,
Well, if I could add, and I think this is a lesson for everybody listening right now. I know it was a huge lesson, and still is a huge lesson for me, is that, I've been blessed to be able to get real close to Dr. Zaino, to be a good friend. And what I see is that he doesn't have any barriers. Like, there's that goal, and it's like, I will explode every barrier that somebody tries to put in front of me to get that goal. Like, that's where we're going, and that's where it's going to happen. And that's why little things like, well, should I call these people again? I've already called them once, is not Dr. Zaino's head, because it's like, are you kidding me? Like, I will explode this barrier. I will call people a million times if that's what I have to do to be able to make sure that we reach these people, to make sure that we grow, to make sure that we achieve these goals. And then, for so many of us, not even chiropractors, just everybody that grows up in our culture right now, we have this shell, and it's like, we're just like, well, I don't want to offend somebody, or I don't want to be embarrassed, or all these types of things. It's like the shell, and that's what's going to keep you from achieving success, from achieving goal. It's what keeps us. It's what keeps me from achieving my next goal. And every time it's that shell that I break through, and that's when we get to the next level. So it's guys like Dr. Zaino. I watched, if you haven't seen the new Tony Robbins documentary, you need to look at that. He's like that. There is no barriers. He tells you on that documentary, he's like, nobody will hold me back, ever. No, I will never give up. Failure is not an option. This will happen. And whenever, your mind is set like that, and those people like that, like Grant Cardone, I listen to him as well, you're not stopping these people. And until you or I become that person, then we're never going to hit that next level or hit that next goal. And of course, that's why we do these shows. That's why you're watching. That's why I get to hang out with Dr. Zaino, is because we're all seeing where that next shell is. And now that you've saw this, you've seen Dr. Zaino, and you've heard what he just said, you just probably exploded that next level of that shell. And you're going to go out there, you're going to call every lead that you have a million times until you get people to your dinner, and you sign more people up, and you get more new patients in your office. And that's just how it works right there. Right on. Well, we are out of questions, Dr. Zaino.
We're out of time. It's 8:30.
We're out of time. Bam, that was perfect. And we do have some comments. Everybody's saying great points. Glad to see Dr. Zaino is back. And Dr. Zaino has been doing some amazing things. He's been kicking some butt. So I don't know. I know he's extremely modest in what he does, but if you don't mind me saying,
yeah, sure, you do. It's my other life.
Yeah, I know, man.
He really is in a separate life.
He is. He was performing at some big shows, some fitness shows, winning, and then got his IFBB Pro card, man. So congratulations on that, Dr. Zaino. That is awesome.
Yeah, I won the Mr. Universe, and then a week later went to Charlotte, North Carolina to do the Charlotte Pro. And then the week after that, went to Vegas to see my son Justice compete in his karate national tournament. and 2/3, and we got to meet Chuck Norris. It was really it's one hell of a 16-day. Yeah, I was like, my head's still spinning. So yeah, but that's the thing, I mean, and you just, like Tabor said, you got to, if it's a goal that you want, if you really want it, you're gonna, you do it, you set your mind to it and do it. So it was very, that was one of those bucket list things for me. So.
Awesome. Well, we got some more videos coming out that we've been
Oh,
shooting, and you're going to love them, guys. Man, these videos were, Dr. Zaino, he always brings passion, but they were even off the hook at a whole different level. So stay tuned to your inbox as usual, and we're going to be sending you guys some great things. Any closing remarks as we shut it down, Dr.
No,
Zaino?
you close the table. I'm good. I said my
Awesome.
stuff.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thank you all for being on another episode. We appreciate every single one of you out there. If you have any questions, obviously give us just shoot us an email and we'll get back to that. But until the next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night.
Go, guys. Bye.